fucking ripping it. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, everybody. Get in here. Come on. Come on. Where is everybody? Let's go. I'm not asking. Hold on a minute. Actually, give me a minute now. Hold on. I'm talking a big game here. I'm not even ready to go. Looking at something 114. Not bad. Trying to get my impression game up right now. Let's see. We have one. Okay, not bad. It's been worse. It's been better. It's certainly been worse. All right. Will the Savage, first one here tonight. What's going on, man? We're doing the WWE style where I'm going to hold the fucking mic tonight because I'm trying to get myself all fired up. Trying to get myself going tonight. I'm trying to give you guys a better stream than what I've been giving lately. I'm not happy with my recent what's the word? I haven't been happy with my recent energy like the last couple days. I'm trying to get going. I'm trying to get you guys, I'm trying to be a little bit more energetic for you guys tonight than I usually am. It's just yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I just went out. I fixed what do you call it? My tire was low again. I like to go at night. This is a weird fucking thing about me. So I'll start right away. This is fucking weird where for some reason, when I get low air in my tires sometimes, it happens to everybody. Happens once in a while. When I do it, I for some reason like to go and fix it at night. I like to fix it when nobody's there because I go to this place down the road from me that has free air. And I get really fucking annoyed because people don't know how to park. They'll park their truck fucking sideways and take up all the fucking parking spots over there. So I just prefer to go at night because I like to avoid the whole, that whole issue of that shit. It's on the screen. It's there. Don't worry. Bills fan coming in right away. How long we live till? I don't know yet, man. We'll see. I don't have a plan. I didn't start this with a plan tonight. But we'll see. Play it by ear. Again, maybe a while, maybe not a while. We'll see. Put this back here because I feel like it does make a lot of noise. I found it. My bad. You're there. Why did it take you forever to switch to your computer? I wouldn't put air in my tires, Derek. I went outside. I went to take my garbage out, and I went out and checked my tires, and they needed air. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it right now. Keep an air compressor in your garage. Yeah, I don't have one. I need to do that. That would make things a lot easier. But the place is only right down the road from me anyway. It's really not that far. So, I usually just go on my way if I'm going somewhere else. But I always go at night because, I'm weird like that. I'm kind of getting too in tune with this nocturnal shit, it's not good. It's really not a good thing that I'm doing here. It's not at all. Just got out of the shower, so I don't even know how long you've been live for. It's only been 4 minutes, so you have not missed a thing. You said you were actually going to sleep early tonight? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I went out, got this done. I was going to come back. I didn't really have a plan after that. Once I got back here, I was like, hey, you know what? I do want to give a stream tonight. I feel like I haven't given a good one in a while. I feel like I've been very laissez-faire with this shit. So, But, yeah, no, I ended up... You know what happened, Derek? I ended up falling asleep during the Jet game for, the first quarter. And it kind of woke me up, so... Doing good, Flay. I'm kind of pissed at my teacher. I was 1 minute late to class and she gave me detention, so I skipped it today. Damn. Jets defense is a shit show. Zero discipline. Not even just the defense. The offense did the same shit. The amount of fucking dumb penalties that were going on. Just that whole... The Jets as a whole tonight were just... playing undisciplined football. I also think, the officiating was bad tonight. I felt like there was a lot of instances of... And don't get me wrong, I don't think the officiating changed the game enough that the Jets should have won tonight. But there were a couple things, like that pass interference call on Garrett Wilson was the softest shit I've ever seen in my life. Mason Taylor is running for a first down, and, he gets elbow dropped like 5 whole seconds after the play. They don't call roughing. Justin Fields gets dragged down 5 feet out of bounds. You know, shit like that. I felt like the referees were just not very into the game. The headshot after the whistle was suspect. Yeah, that was terrible. Justin Fields is two full strides out of bounds, and Matthew Judon's dragging him to the ground. You know, if that's Patrick Mahomes, if that's anybody, that's probably going to be a penalty the other way. The Jets are going to be the worst team in the division. Probably. It's crazy to me. It just, they played so well week one, and then they do stupid shit. They shoot themselves in the foot. It's like they're allergic to fucking winning. It's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. But, that's my life. That's what being a Jet fan is. That's what you get. So that's the thing. You know what you signed up for. When you jump on the Jets bandwagon, you pretty much know what the fuck you got yourself into. Problem is, I'm never leaving. I would never go anywhere else. I hate how much I love the Jets. Discipline reflects on the coach. Oh, 100%. I've had nothing but good things to say about Aaron Glenn to start. Like, I felt like the team was disciplined the first couple weeks, but the problem is they're just not. They do stupid shit. They like the offense, the defense. It's everybody. It's everybody on both sides. Bro, I complained about the Cowboys getting a dumb penalty while I have a teacher that acts like an NFL ref. Yeah, that sucks. Undisciplined is right, though. They were just the stupid penalties, shooting themselves in the foot, shit like that. Jets bandwagon, how does that exist? There is no Jet. It's not a bandwagon. It's more of a fucking, it's like a square-wheeled fucking horse and buggy with two donkeys pulling it. Yeah, Ardell, that one pissed me off, too. Because that's like football 101. Like, I've never returned a punt in my life. And I know, in that situation, you put your heels on the fucking 10-yard line, and if you have to backpedal at all, you just let it go in the end zone. Like, that's football 101. It's just stupid. Like, these guys are doing dumb shit week in, week out, and I'm tired of it. I don't even think I'm going to watch another game this year. I'm dead serious. Inside the 5, you let it go. Everyone knows that. Yep. I legitimately might not watch another Jet game this year. It's so bad. It's so fucking absurd that it's the same fucking dumb story week in, week out. I can't get over it. I can't. Ugh. Flay, do you remember the girl I was telling you about from school last week? Yeah, what's going on with that? How's that going? They have Garrett Wilson and they never throw to him. Yeah, they tried to throw it to him as much, but I thought you enjoyed the pain. No, I've never enjoyed the pain a day in my life. It's the same bullshit every fucking day. Ugh. It's not fun. It's miserable, but the Jets could at least like maybe get a top 5 pick. Yeah, I wanted to get an update. Are you giving the update or are you getting an update? What do you mean? But no, it's just like it's a fucking disaster. Every week's the same thing. Nothing really changes, and I'm at the point where I've given up. This is the year. It's over. But Jets may not win a single game. I don't know about that. I think the Jets will find a way to win a game, but we'll see. Drop the Jets as your favorite. See, Derek, I have a little more, like, I would never do that. I would never do that to the Jets. I love the Jets too much to do something like that. I see what you mean, Bills fan. I might even have a talk with my dean. I might get ISS. But, hey, at this point, fuck it. I might as well be an ISS than a teacher talking too damn much. I'm not going to lie, Will. I kind of read that out of the corner of my eyes while I was reading something else. And I thought you said I might as well be an ISIS, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? So, like, I was a little bit concerned there for a second. But ISS, yeah, I get it. Look, Will, try to avoid that shit as much as possible. It's just not worth it. Like, I know you didn't do anything wrong, but sometimes you got to just, like, suck it up and go, all right, whatever. Not worth the fight. But I thought you said ISIS both times. I was like, there's no way I fucking... You can't drop your team. What kind of shit is that? That's not how that works. I agree. You can't. Nope, that's not how that shit works. So she's always smiling when we were talking, and she really only laughs at my stuff. I even say not funny, and if someone else would have said the same thing, she would not laugh. That's a good sign for you. Anyone who switches teams is a beta bitch. 100%. I think anybody. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand people who are like fans of players. Like that's my favorite one. Like, oh, I'm just a LeBron fan. I'm just like a Kevin Durant fan. Like, so you're fucking riding a bandwagon? Like you have no fucking. There's got to be some connection to the team, to the city you're rooting for. It's just absurd. I'm with you, Ardell. If there was somebody that switched teams ever in your life, like don't talk to me. That's how I feel about a lot of the people around here. Like the island, like Long Island. The amount of people around here that are fucking Bills fans all of a sudden, it's absurd. Like, there were never this many Bills fans, and all of a sudden, like, people are jumping on this bandwagon. It's fucking bullshit. I hate it. I was talking to one of my friends today. I saw she was smiling, but right when my friend started talking to smile. There, yeah, Bills fan. You're in a good place then. You're in a really good spot. Trust your fucking gut on that one, buddy. Yeah, but Bills fan, you're not from Long Island. Like, you're not a Long Island guy. I'm talking like the people in my area. Like, all of a sudden, Bills jerseys started popping up everywhere. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? When you go back to work, I go back to the doctor Friday. I should be back Monday. It's just now in school, these teachers are power tripping sons of God. I mean, I'll say, Will, because I feel like a lot of the teachers now are people of my generation. And not to totally shit on my generation, but there's a lot of people that, you know, get in positions of power. We see it with a lot of different industries nowadays. They get into a position where they have full control of everything. They kind of get a little bit of a big head, and they start running shit like, you know, they're the ruler of the world. But yeah, it is very similar. Like, I had bad teachers like that. Are you feeling better in your shoulder? Not really. No. I'd say it's pretty much been the same for a couple weeks now. It more so at this point just feels like something's missing. Like it just feels like the ligament isn't there anymore. But whatever, I'll get over it. I'm not worried. I pretty much come to the conclusion that my life is just going to be, you know, trying to work with my arm being a little bit of a gimp. So it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. I don't feel as much pain anymore. I need to work badly. I can't. I need to just get back. It's like killing me to be here. Look, it's still nice. I still get paid. Like, it's fucking great. But, like, I've lost my mind completely sitting here. Like, you know, being in this spot where, like, I can't go anywhere, can't do anything. It has absolutely fucking destroyed me in some ways. Like, you know, just the mental toll it's taken on me this whole time is just... I couldn't even tell you. Get to the gym and see how it really feels. Yeah. That's the thing. Once I get to the gym, once I start working out again, then I'll be all right. But obviously, I'm not going to start lifting crazy weights again. Before I went out, before I like really fucked myself up, I was like, dude, I was a fucking tank. And now, like, I don't think I could do half of what I used to be able to do. Because I got way more time than I did with that girl in the summer when I only had 2 weeks to talk. It's not enough time. I get that. All my teachers are old, but the two teachers that aren't old is my construction teacher and painting teacher. Okay. I'm about to be on something my school calls athletic probation. Why is that? But, I feel like they don't just hand you athletic probation for no reason. It's not like, grades, what are we talking here? But, yeah, they're not just going to be like, hey, man, 2.0 minimum. Yep. That's what's crazy. Is like, it's when halfway through the semester, if you're failing a class, you can't do sports or clubs or anything, time for you to start passing your classes. They do that with specific classes. It used to be for us that, like, and I never failed a class, so I don't really know about this, but I remember, like, a couple of my friends had trouble with that. I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know. I've never failed a class, baby. You know, I had a couple friends that went through it where, like, all they had to do was, you know, they got reports. Their teacher had to give our coaches reports every week as long as, like, they're progressing. Athletic probation is 1 week, no sports if you get ISS. I'm just barely failing. Okay, so that's not bad. But we used to have it where weekly we'd have to, our teacher would update our coaches, and if the teacher felt like we didn't have, like we weren't going in the right direction, that's when we'd get suspended. I have a 59 instead of a 60. 60's passing now? Back in my day, it was 65. But it's not that crazy a difference. I'm not like. I remember hearing some schools were just doing like, dude, you want to hear about this in college? Like, I don't know if anybody else experienced this ever in their life, but there were a couple college classes at my school that you could legitimately, and I never heard of this until I went to school. You could legitimately take it as a pass-fail class, where if you passed, you got what'd you get? You got I think you got like a B, and if you failed, you got an F. And literally all it was like, if you got 1 point over the minimum, you got a B. Like, there were certain classes like that I had in college, and like I never took one of them. I don't even know how that works. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, but that was a thing at my school where like there were like a few select classes that if you took them, it was legitimately just pass fail. Like, you would either get a pass or a fail, and nothing else mattered. You can get 1 point over the minimum, and you got the same credit as somebody that did all their work. You could do all your work the first like 5 weeks of the semester, and you could realize like, hey, I could just not turn anything in the rest of the semester. You got credit. It was fucking crazy. I don't even know how it makes sense. Wait, do crazy good athletes in college like Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith still got to pass, or can they play? I mean, Bills fan, those guys, let's be real, those guys get like way more help than way far more help than probably the rest of us. I'm sure they're not taking the same courses that you or me would be. I don't know, you ever see the story behind like the North Carolina, I think it was the basketball team, like some of the classes that Raymond Felton took, he like Raymond Felton was taking like basic addition in college. Like, some of these guys were taking like shit that like you would have been taking in like middle school, like elementary school. Like, a lot of these schools get away with murder because obviously these kids are making them so much money that it doesn't matter. They just shit standards. Maybe that's why we are where we are today. 100%. No, Ardell, without a doubt. It's like, it's dumbing down. It's watering down the education system, and it's not helping anybody out. It doesn't do anybody a favor when you just make it easy like that. Like, when you make it so easy for somebody to pass a class, they don't learn anything. It doesn't help them. Raymond Felton was a New York Knick. He was. Same dumb fucks who say math is racist. 100%. Like, if they fail college, can they not go to the NFL? I mean, if they fail college, no. They could still go to the NFL. There's no like passing grade to get in the NFL. That doesn't work like that. I don't know if you remember Tyrann Mathieu. Something happened with Tyrann Mathieu. I forget. He got kicked out of school. He still went to the NFL. Tyrann Mathieu got thrown out of LSU and still is in the NFL today. There's been plenty of instances of that. A lot of these guys, dude, these guys will like play their 1 year. Like, especially basketball players, once they're done with their semester, like, they'll just leave school. Like, in the middle of the semester. It's over. They're going to the NBA. Like, they don't go to class anymore. They're not trying to get their 1 year. That's it. They're done. It doesn't mean shit after that. They fulfilled their duty of playing college basketball, and they're out. They're done. See ya. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's like the standard that's being held to like athletes and shit is crazy. NIL is changing that some. Is it? Well, I guess so, because a lot of guys, because there's a lot. I think there's a lot of deals where like a guy can't leave like that, or else they don't get paid, right? Is it just me, or did we all type? Of course we did. Well, we all did that. Yo, if Malik Neighbors was not good at football, he would be living on the fucking streets. He's actually stupid. I don't know about that. He thought a yard was 3 inches. That's pretty bad. That's rough. I don't know. You see it with a lot of these guys, man. It's not, playing professional football, playing professional sports in general isn't exactly the most intellectually challenged thing on the planet. Like, there are some guys that aren't very sharp that make it. I remember, you guys ever watch the show Last Chance U? It's a really good show. I don't even know I don't think they still run it anymore, but it was basically about all these guys that had to go to a community college. Like, it was basically a community college that, like, they had a bunch of guys that were trying to make their way back to Division I schools, and so it was college football. And some of them flunked out. Some of them did this. Some of them did that. Dude, when I tell you some of these fucking guys were so goddamn stupid, like, there were some people that were in there that I couldn't believe they got a high school education, let alone baseball is the hardest sport to play. False, hockey is. Um, yeah, I mean, I think hockey's definitely tougher. Adding the skates and adding skating around. Should it you like absolutely? It's like a whole different skill set. Players can fail college but still make the NFL if they pass the NFL requirements. Exactly. I don't know how they remember all the plays. Yeah, I mean, it's simple concepts for the most part. Jake Browning, Jake Browning looked miserable tonight. Like, the offensive line was bad, but like, Jake Browning was brutal. Hockey much harder than baseball. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. There is a difference. Like, obviously, hockey, I think, to like get into and play, obviously learning how to skate, having to do all that, being pushed around on skates is much harder. Much harder. Hitting a cool curveball after 95 plus heat is no joke, though. That's what I was going to say. I don't know if there's a skill in hockey that is as hard as hitting a baseball. I don't think there is. Problem is, there's a lot of things you could do in baseball. There's so many. It's kind of like the quantity that goes into hockey defeats the quality of trying to hit a fastball or trying to hit a breaking ball. No, I don't think there's a skill in hockey. Like, I think skating, plenty of people can skate. Plenty of people can, shoot a puck. Like, I think there's not a skill in hockey that is harder than hitting a baseball. But there are so many things in hockey that it definitely makes it a tougher sport to play. Like, I would never argue that. Like, the fact that you have to skate, you have to, like, you're getting knocked around and shit. It's not easy at all. I don't know how those guys stay on their feet all the time. Making a shot from the point is harder than hitting a baseball. No, it's not. Not a chance. No shot. No. Nope. I don't agree with that at all. I know it's not easy to make a shot from the point, but I'm pretty sure if I went out on the ice right now, I never really. I think if I did it 10 times, it is believe me, I've played both my whole life. Listen, I played baseball my whole life. I'm sure I'd have an easier time hitting a baseball. I think it would take a normal person that didn't play sports. It would take them longer to hit a baseball than it would for them to shoot a puck into the net from the point. Fat guys play baseball? Not always. Hey, what the fuck, man? The hell do you mean by that? See what happened to Tyreek Hill? He's probably out for the year. No, he's definitely out for the year. His legs are not supposed to bend like that. Making a shot from the point is like 4% chance, while hitting a baseball is like 25. It is not 25. No. Hitting a baseball is not 25% to the average human being. To somebody that never played baseball, not true. Shooting from the point with a ton of defenders and a goalie, no shot. Then hitting 95, then hitting a 95 mile an hour fastball, I would absolutely like my chances better, even now. I saw it may take 18-month recovery. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of fat guys that play baseball. To dislocated knee, now we wait to see how bad it is. Yeah, because that could fuck up the ligaments and shit. Finding the average human being shooting for the point 1%, hitting 95 is not 5%. Come on, there's no way. Nope. I'm not even gonna entertain that. It's not 5%. Dude, I don't think I could hit 95 right now. And I played baseball my whole life. There's no shot I'm hitting 95 miles an hour today. Not a chance. If I face major league pitching, you can time up 95 heater. Yeah, but then you got to find its location too. Like, sure, in a batting cage, maybe I'd have a shot, but I don't like my chances. I don't have quick enough hands. 5% is fucking crazy. There's just no way. You have a better chance of a shot from the point, bouncing off of something and going in. There's no way. NFL is not the hardest sport. No. Football, to me, is not, like, don't get me wrong, like, physically wise, sure, like, a lot of physicality, but in terms of actually, like, challenging, no. I almost hit another bird hitting a baseball, almost hitting a home run. Nice. Another bird? What about the first bird? I don't think we ever heard about the first one. You have a better chance at locating it and having the skill to shoot it through the defenders and shelving it from the goalie who takes up 80% of the net. I mean, you got to think about the goalie not being able to see. Um, I don't agree with that at all. I like scoring from the point is absolutely easier than hitting a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. What do you think the hardest position in all of sports is? The hardest position in all of sports? It's a good question. Hardest position in all of sports. Like, what do we mean? Like, hardest to be good at, or like? It's probably it probably is a hockey goalie. Um, I don't know though, because I do think there's something. I like. Look, I said football is not tough. I think there's something to being a cornerback too. Like playing corner in football is fucking tough. Um, I don't understand how those guys do it. I don't understand how those guys guard people. Um, I think a corner like a man corner is much harder than almost anything on the field. But hockey goalies up there catching, being a catcher is brutal in baseball. Like that takes like, but you know if you can catch a baseball, it's kind of easy. Corner is easier than receiver. It's just straight up athleticism. Your head is crazy small. Thanks, man. Corner is harder than quarterback, and quarterback is harder than both. I don't think. I think being a corner is much harder. Closer is a high leverage, high pressure. Closer, yeah, but still, it's pitching at the end of the day. Some could say catcher is the hardest. Kicker is not easy either. Kicker is an underrated one. Kicker is hard. Being a kicker is tough. Has anyone ever had a soccer ball kicked at them 50 miles per hour in your face? I guess being a soccer goalie is pretty tough too. Like, you don't get a lot of fucking. It's tough when you're in there. The fact that there's only black corners proves it relies on athleticism more than skill. You're forgetting about somebody. Cooper DeJean. Like Patrick Tan, Christian Gonzalez, and others. I don't get how they're so good. It doesn't make any sense. Being a good punter is just as hard as kicking. 100%. No, you're right. Punting is just as hard. It is not easy. Those guys, the fucking balls they punt. What's the sport we haven't brought up yet? Okay, basketball, nothing in basketball is that hard. First bird I hit earned the nickname Savage Will during the practice. Nice. Jason Sehorn. Jason Sehorn was one. Yes. Jason Sehorn's a classic. Also, Will, from now on, just like say what you're gonna say again. That like bugs me out when people are like, "Hey, can you respond?" Like yeah, I'm trying to. Having the skill to gun a punt but still get it to drop before the end zone is insane. Yeah, being able to drop it in where you want to is crazy. What's the easiest position to play in all of sports now? DH? No. Still, you're hitting a baseball. Easiest position to play in sports? Long snapper's tough too. Anyone who played against Ray Lewis? Let's see. Easiest position to play in sports? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'll try that next time. Yeah, well, you could just spam it, man. I don't mind. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, like, I'd rather just long snapper's not that tough though. I mean, the long snapper's not that easy, but you don't get touched or anything. That's the only thing. Like, they're not allowed to hit you. Golf is gay, not a fan. DH is the simplest job in sports. You have to focus on one thing. Corey's every position in sports will be hard. When you could focus on one thing, it's much easier. I guess you're right. Safety's not hard. So in terms of football, I think safety's the easiest position to play. Like it is, you're pretty much just reading the whole defense. Like, I'm not saying it's like it can get complicated. Like, obviously, but in terms of football, safety to me is the easiest position on the field. Like, it's really just reacting to what's going on in front of you. You have the whole field in front of you. No easy position in pro sports. I agree. I'm trying to think of something. Like, maybe relief pitcher. How does the sport become gay? I don't know. Who do you think is the most athletic NFL player at any position right now? Ooh, good question. Punter is the easiest if you're strong. No, it's not. It's not that easy. You need flexibility too. You need to be like a flexible. There's so many things that go into punting. It honestly might be long snapper. If you have to pick one, a lot of guys. We had a blind guy be a fucking long snapper. How about that? You're fucking Trojans, Derek. What was his name? The guy who was blind. He was a long snapper. Like, that probably should have ended the discussion right then and there. I think DK Metcalf is the most athletic player in the NFL. Lamar, I don't know about. Let's think. Most athletic player in the NFL. Center is the easiest in basketball. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I think center takes the least athleticism. There's a lot of it's a lot of just setting screens. But nowadays, it's still not easy. Being strong doesn't make you a good punter. No, definitely not. But I just think long snapper, there's so many things that have you seen DK? He's huge and can run a 4.3. Yeah, no, I know DK. I know DK can move. I'm just trying to think if there's somebody I'm forgetting. Who's a little athletic freak? Honestly, is fucking Scatabo. But I'm not saying he's the most athletic. But that guy can. He did a backflip in full pads. I don't remember the last time I saw that. But it could be DK. It more than likely is DK Metcalf. I'm just trying to think. Phantom or Queso? I honestly don't know anything about either one of them. Not to be a dick. I don't really know either one of them. Oh, Tyreek does do backflips a lot. Lamar Jackson can do anything as quarterback. Run good, throw good. Quarterbacks can do either. Going to be the best 3-year prime. Who? Who's going to have the best 3-year prime? On my swerve in that corner. Whoa. Yo, hear me out. Let's hear it. What about the Jerome Simpson backflip? I forgot about that. Desmond Watson? Big guy. As I said, guys, I have been there. Travis Hunter is ass. I think we over-exaggerated how much he can do. People are legit saying that Lamar Jackson quit on his team and is faking the injury. That's what I've seen on Twitter. I have not seen that. But that would be crazy. Imagine Lamar just gave up. That would be legitimately insane. What are your thoughts on Shedeur? Well, first of all, I think if that whole thing about him, not wanting to be a Raven because he wanted a shot to start was pretty fucking stupid. I don't understand the outrage towards Shedeur Sanders and him not getting an opportunity. I mean, I do understand it and I know why, but it begs the question, why does Shedeur Sanders get an opportunity and not Dillon Gabriel? Dillon Gabriel was a better quarterback. He was higher, he was better in the preseason. He was better. The Browns viewed him as a better quarterback. Why would Shedeur Sanders get a chance? I put up 180 points in fantasy this week. Jalen Dippin still. Pickens, Genthy, Amon-Ra, Warren, and James Cook. Damn. I won week 4 fantasy football and conquered my opponent's winning. Nice. He missed the whole fourth quarter and he did not even go to the medical tent or even had medical staff around him at all. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird sight. It was a weird thing to see, but I don't know. Until I see more evidence, I'm not going to be jumping to conclusion like that. But who knows? If he did give up on his team, that's fucked up. That's awful. But what are you going to do? Dillon Gabriel was also a 3rd-round pick and Shedeur was a 5th. Is it crazy to say Sanders is a bust already? I think it is. I think it's a little crazy. It's early. But obviously, Dillon Gabriel was a 3rd-round pick. And people are, freaking out. I see that fucking idiot Dove Kleinman all the time on Twitter who's it's not fair to Shedeur that he's not getting an opportunity. No. It's fair to him that he's even on the roster right now. If the Browns were smart, honestly, the Browns should have cut Shedeur Sanders. And maybe it's a little bit harsh, but I think they would have been better off having somebody else backing up Joe Flacco, not even Dillon Gabriel. How can a 5th-round pick be a bust? He didn't even play a snap yet. I don't think calling him a bust is fair. MMA, what's up? Raiders need a quarterback. Geno is garbage. Yeah, it's tough. Geno's been having it rough so far. Flays craze, smell the wind. What's that divine? Flays craze, boil crayfish. I like that. John, you're always on point with that. They should have kept Snoop Huntley over Shedeur. I agree. That's what I would have said. I think Huntley would have made a little bit more sense. Kenny Pickett, that whole saga was a little bit ridiculous. If Sanders is cut from the Browns, Bengals should 100% pick him up. The Bengals, I don't know why they're not looking for a quarterback that's out there. Like, I'd be like trying to poach a guy like Tyrod Taylor from the Jets or something. I don't think Geno's garbage. I believe Chip Kelly is difficult to work with. It could be a mix. If I'm the Browns, I'm benching Flacco and starting Gabriel and having Sanders at quarterback too due to roster right now. Yeah, I mean, you got to see what you got for sure. I think that's not a terrible thing. Bengals should get Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I don't know with the way the Bengals offensive line is looking. I think Kirk Cousins would die. The fact that we started Jake Browning today and didn't look for a quarterback shows how dumb our franchise is. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why running Jake Browning out there and thinking it's all right. It's fair to say Jake Browning is the worst starting quarterback in the league. Oh, he was miserable tonight. We need a mobile quarterback to survive our O-line, not Kirk or Russ. We need Malik Willis or Joe Milton. Yeah, you need somebody that can go up there and escape pressure because anybody else might die. Tua is worse. I mean, Tua didn't look terrible tonight. I had Jamar in fantasy, and I might actually trade him because of Jake Browning. You might not get anything for him right now. I would not give you anything for Jamar Chase. I wouldn't want him. I'll take Tua over Jake. Jake is still dog. Yeah, Jake had a rough night. Browning is just not. And again, it's hard when your offensive line doesn't block for you. So like, it's easy for me to sit here and go, oh, he looked terrible. Guy had pressure in his face all night. Being a Raider fan is a beating. You're telling me. Take Jamar right now. He has his lowest value. I mean, I would take him. I just wouldn't be giving up anything that you would want for him. I'm gonna keep him for another week or two since he was the number one overall pick. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, he was the consensus number one. I don't think there was a league that I heard of or I was in, not any league that he wasn't taking number one overall. You put Tua with that old line and his brain is getting blown up. 100%. Jamar Chase fantasy value goes down. It sucks because in one of my fantasy leagues, he was my first overall pick. And he had to be your first overall pick. Yo, what's going on, man? John, how are we? Don't worry, I lost 1.1K due to the refs. What do you mean? How did that happen? Let's hear it. 1.1K because of the refs? That was the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my life. No, John, I was bringing it up before. I felt like the refs were so bad. Like, the pass interference on Garrett Wilson was horrific. Fucking the elbow drop on Mason Taylor 5 seconds after the play was over. The refs were so... I agree. The refs were incredibly one-sided. When are you going to a Jet game live this season? Did you just rob me? Did you really just hit me with a fucking rob? No, I won't be, though. I've decided not to go. It's not worth it. Him hat too big for that goddamn head. I can't fucking believe it. The refs paid, man. They're making big money. Oh, dude, for sure. See, some guy had like $1.3 million on the Jets. I'm telling you, once stuff like that comes out, once there's like big bets like that coming out, the NFL starts, like, things start going one direction. Big time. Like, you see it all the time. Like, some guy put $1.3 million on the Jets plus 3.5. The second I saw that, I should have taken the Dolphins. You always got to look where the money is. When the money's extreme, the NFL is going to make sure that they are going to make their money. I'm telling you, in 25 years. John, I already know where you're going with this, and I can't wait. I'm here. I'm here for it. Let's hear it. FYI, James Cook has put 20 plus every week, and I got him at the last pick in a 10-man third round. Damn. Dude, John, I am so with you that there's going to be a massive scandal someday. It's fucking crazy how often it happens, where it seems like... I'll tell you the best example is I looked. The Packers-Browns... Yes, I hit you with a rob. That's crazy, dude. Call me by my government fucking name. Dude, I would have made 7K. I got James Cook last pick in the second round. I got Josh Allen first pick in the third. Nice. It's pretty good. That was such an easy win, man. Yeah, I mean, it should have been. And John, also, like I was saying, I'm telling you, with the Packers-Browns game, there was 90% of the bets were on the Packers minus 9.5. 90%. And, like, I think it was like 97% were on the Packers money line. Like, fucking crazy. The second I saw that, I was like, okay, something's going on here. Can I tell you my fantasy team and you rank it? Sure. I can't wait till the Chiefs get outed for the games being rigged in a few years. Can you? Wait, can you what, Ardell? Like, you can look up where the public money is. There's a website. Like, you can look where the money is. The problem is, that's why people tend to bet last minute. Like, you never know what's coming in at the end. But, dude, I had Dallas. It's funny, I saw so much potential. I got to look next week and just, like, keep a tally. Because I didn't look at all. I honestly had a really bad... my Saturday night was a little rough, so I didn't wake up in time. Just like the Pelosi tracker. Ardell, I will be all over it because it's the craziest shit. 97% of people had the Packers money line. Anybody who bet on that game were on the Packers money line. I also faded public on Vikings. Won easy money. Dude, the best time to do that is when it's the beginning of the season and nobody knows anything. Because people like jump all over shit. Bengals should call up Cap. Colin Kaepernick is never playing in the NFL again. Never. He was not that good at the end of his career. And people are trying to make it like... Don't get me wrong. He probably should have got another job and probably should have been a backup somewhere. He was never going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL again. Bengals need to try to trade for a blindside guard ASAP. Yeah, I don't know if there's any out there. I took Dallas. I'm up 7K. Good for you. But, like, anytime you see the line move a bunch, like, it's usually because, like, you got to check where the money is. This season, I swing bet live trade on Robinhood. Nice. I've been doing the same thing, John. I've been doing the same shit, and it's been going pretty well. Kaepernick is an asshole. It's his own fault. Unemployable. Colin Kaepernick would already be back in the league if he was any good. Exactly. Predictions, I'm nasty. Yeah, John, I've been doing the same shit. Like, you read the charts and stuff. Like, how do you do it? Because I've gotten pretty good, but I haven't, like, hit anything. I won $37,000 in March Madness. Jeez. 37K? Fuck. What was, like, your big play? Kaepernick is an asshole. It's his own fault. Unemployable. Well, that's the thing. If Colin Kaepernick was good enough to be in the NFL, he'd be in the NFL. You know, people would look like that would be something that wouldn't be that big of an issue. The problem is he's not a good enough player to bring into your organization and bring that fucking firestorm. And look, he had a chance. He had a chance to come back. I don't know if you remember. Like, when he was... Arkansas was my big play. Fuck. Are you talking about Arkansas against St. John's? Because now I'm going to be pissed. I fucking love the Johnnies, dude. NFL employees wife beaters on the regular. Yeah, exactly. Josh Allen, James Cook, Kyron Williams, Jamar Chase, JSN. This is a really good fucking team. Bills fan, that is a really good fucking team. Ugh. John, that was one of the most heartbreaking basketball games of my entire life. Was St. John's going down in the second round. But I didn't like where they were. Kaepernick was average and a business cancer. Okay, guys, good night. Talk to you tomorrow. So Bengals just said we got Burrow and fucking a decent backup quarterback. Yeah. Bills fan, get rid of Cross. I like his team, though. But they lost me 19K when they choked that league. Oof. 19K. Fuck St. John's. I had them in the Final Four. I had them in the championship game. I didn't like where they were in the bracket. Like, I would have liked them better if they played Kansas. I think they could have beat Kansas. But I didn't like their matchup with Arkansas at all. Arkansas was quick. Too quick for them. Like, it was the first team all year that St. John's was going to play that could match their quickness on the perimeter. 12 minutes left. Look, I saw. I watched that game, John. I watched them all. Bengals should trade for Anthony Richardson. Johnny's fucked my bracket. They fucked a lot of people's. Got like a baby that night. They choked like an 18-point lead. It was insane. John, I think I had Arkansas that night too. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I had Arkansas. I was thinking about dropping Merritt and picking up Woody Marks. By the way, John, you like any baseball tomorrow? Like, I'm looking right now. I feel like after this whole, like, Guardians run, I hate how much I love the Tigers tomorrow. Like, I fucking love the Tigers. Derek is rather... They have Trey Henderson. Angelo. Dude, add me on Discord. I got you. Hold on. I'll do it in a second. John on cord. I got you. Let's see. But Austin Reeves would be better AR than at quarterback than Richardson. Dude, so... Anyway, back to the Kaepernick stuff. Because I would like to talk Colin Kaepernick. I think it's something we shouldn't steer past. With Colin Kaepernick, it's like... He absolutely be in the NFL because, of course... Like Ardell said, they employ fucking wife beaters all the time. The problem is, if he was good enough, he would be there. And, he had a chance to have an open tryout. Like, the NFL basically opened the door for him to come in and have an open workout with all the teams there. And he made a big stink about it because he wanted to film it. If he really wanted to fucking get his job back, he would have just went and had nothing to say about it. But the NFL didn't want cameras in there. He wanted to film it for his documentary, and he ran off and flipped out. So that was the last straw. Like, that was when I stopped feeling bad for the guy. That's when I was like, fuck it. Like, I don't care anymore. Flay, since we couldn't do a fantasy league, let's do a pick'em for fun. He didn't show up for the Ravens tryout. F it. Was that what it was? It might have been a Ravens tryout. But he said he wasn't going to go if he couldn't film it. You can't burn bridges. That's life. I've done. Yeah. You live and you learn. 100%. You're absolutely right about that. And he totally burned his bridge with the NFL. Time and time again, he was offered a couple opportunities to come and try out, and he refused to do it. Which, like, at that point, it's like, what's really your motive here in the end? Like, no one talks about it, but the Niners are the most disappointing team this century. This year. But it sucks, man. Because, like, he was talented. The problem with Colin Kaepernick was once teams figured out to take his legs away from him and make him stand in the pocket and throw the ball, he wasn't a good enough quarterback. It was the second teams just contained him and didn't let him run around. I won't show up to an extremely important and highly competitive job interview unless I can record it all. Exactly. I'm fading the Niners this week. I haven't looked at the schedule at all. Let's see. I do love the Detroit Tigers tomorrow. And I got to look at the rest of that schedule. Niners, Rams. Yeah, I mean, the Niners are not that good. I felt this way about Brock Purdy all week, all year, I mean. That I don't think he's that good. I don't know, 5.5's a lot of points, though. I'm not sure. I'm a little afraid of that game, to be honest. By the way, the Jaguars are not good. T-Law looks awful if you watch the game. I watched a little bit of it. Damn, I'm a degenerate. I lost $12K on the Florida Panthers straight up and then took $20K on tennis. Burned so much bankroll this summer. Damn. You should be able to record it all. You want all the info you can get. Not when you're in a private team practice, Derek. That's not how that works. You can't just bring outside camera crews in. Like, not every player could just be like, hey, I'm bringing in my own camera crew. That's not how that works. Like, Purdy has no one to throw to. That too. But I don't think Brock Purdy was that good anyway. Got to lock in on basketball and football. No more DGen shit. Yeah, I should stay away from baseball, but like, I'm going to be watching it all day tomorrow. Might as well throw something in. Sorry I'm telling you this because I'm a closet DGen. No, it is what it is, John. We all have our things. Derek is such, yeah. You can't bring your own camera crew to an NFL workout. These NFL teams, do you understand they run the NFL like it's fucking Fort Knox? Like, you get cut from the team, they send a fucking they send like security down there to make sure you can't leave with anything. I haven't been able to talk about it much. That's fine, John. Listen, this is a place, man. This is a good place to talk about it, man. I've had my experiences with DJ and shit, and I like to fuck around. Listen, I like to bet on sports. I like to do things, but like, it's only really gotten out of hand for me one time, where like I really took a step back and I'm like, hold on, I need to fucking. But listen, if you're winning and you know what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Like, it's a slippery slope, and I just want to see you be careful. But you seem to know what you're doing as long as you don't ruin your life over it. If Purdy was so bad, how come the Niners were struggling and Purdy came on the scene and won 9 straight? And when he had actual people to throw to, they went to the Super Bowl and NFC Championship. Because I think the Niners didn't have... I think Brock Purdy's an okay quarterback. I think the contract he just got is absolutely absurd. That's where I come down to it. Niners die hard. I don't pick against them. Shanahan is a genius. He is. Yeah, I know, but I lost so much betting on sports. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I mean, John, maybe, I don't know, betting $12K on stuff is a little bit nuts. I don't know what your financial situation is. Like, that to me would... I fucked up. So I got so greedy betting on hockey and tennis. That's the thing, is like you win, and sometimes you start to think, okay, I'm going to turn this into even crazier and crazier. And you don't know where to stop. I've been there. I've had that happen to me. Like, I had a really good week one time. I'll never forget. So back in college, I don't know if anybody ever had like a sports book on the side, but we had Bet Big City, where like you'd pay your bookie every week. And dude, it was during the MLB playoffs in 2016. and I fucking was kicking ass. I was betting. I literally couldn't miss anything. I had about, now at the time it's college. I was in college. I had about $1,400 in the account. And I was like, this is great. You know what I did? The stupidest thing. I put fucking $700 on a parlay. I'm like, I'm putting 700 away. I'm gonna get 700, and I put 700 on a 2-leg parlay to win it was to win something like 2,100, and lost. So that was kind of the situation where I was like, oh shit, I really fucked up there. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? It was like, I think I took the Cubs, and I forget who was what was it, the Yankees in Cleveland, or was it, who the fuck was Cleveland playing that year? It was the NLCS and the ALCS, and I don't remember who Cleveland saw in the ALCS that year. But whoever it was, I took whoever Cleveland was playing that night, and I took the Cubs. The Cubs won, Cleveland lost, and I was like, holy shit. Oh man, I don't parlay, I straight live bet. I've gotten to that point, John, where I've learned from my mistakes. Like, I don't parlay. The only time I'll parlay something is if I throw like $10 on it. I was gone for a while. You didn't miss much, Bills fan. Like, if I'm gonna throw like $10 on something, like some lotto thing, I'll do it. But like when I'm seriously doing something, like, you know, the straight bets are when you build a bankroll. Everybody knows that. The Reds scare me more than any other NL team because I know the Dodgers will let their guard down. I think if the Dodgers get through the Reds, I don't see anybody stopping them until the NLCS. I'm pretty dialed in. I want to start live streaming it. Do it. Dude, John, it's a great thing. You know, a lot of people get into it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people look at you like, you know, everybody talks gambling. Everybody does it. It would be a good thing to get into. It's a good, what's the word? You know, I do the same thing where I'm locked in. I check the lines all the time. The biggest thing is like trying to find a bad line. That's like, I'm like addicted to that. When it's live, sometimes you catch something off guard, or like the book isn't ready. Like, I'll never forget. I got a line one time on DraftKings. Oklahoma was playing Oklahoma State in basketball, and Oklahoma was up 4 with 10 seconds left in the game, and they gave me Oklahoma plus 3.5 when like they were supposed to give Oklahoma State plus 3.5. So I took it and I was like, this is so easy. It was the easiest shit of my entire life. I made like the freest $200 on that. I only bet 200 because I was like, I feel like something's wrong. Angelo Tanner Scott's going to be the downfall. You can't think that way. You never know. Did you hear about the Ravens player out for the season? Who? D. Lyman? I don't even know who. Mets choked? I know. Thanks. But at least we'll have Sasaki and Sheehan in the bullpen. I'll tell you what, Roki Sasaki looks very good in the pen. I'm sure he's going to figure his shit out next year, but him simplifying things to his fastball and splitter out of the pen, I think he's going to be a big, big add. The best sport to bet on, in my opinion, is undercard fights on UFC. I don't know enough about UFC to do that. Kershaw won't be on LA's roster for the wild card. He won't be? I mean, I'm not surprised. Dude, I'll have locks college basketball. John, I love college basketball. My favorite thing is like the mid-majors. The problem I have with the mid-majors with college basketball nowadays is there's way too much corruption. Like, there's definitely going to be shit going on with like guys betting on games and shit. You can't keep up with all these guys. I'm hitting 100K this year. Nice. No Flay Scott is fucking dog shit. The worst pitcher in history. Walks out like reverse Mariano Rivera. Jeez. All right, well, I'm hitting 100K this year. I believe in you, John. What do you mean not surprised? Kershaw's still putting up elite as fuck numbers. I mean, what is he going to do? What is Kershaw? Are you going to start him in one of these wild card games? Probably not. It's more so the idea that, like, the wild card round, you're going to line up the 3 starters and you're going to build your bullpen. Like, it probably has nothing to do with Kershaw. Kershaw's going to be on the DS roster, right? Like 100% Clayton Kershaw will be on the DS roster. But with the wild card roster, you know, he just pitched on Sunday, right? I'm pretty sure he pitched the last game of the season. That's why he's not going to be on the wild card round. No, put Kershaw in the bullpen instead of Tanner shit. Yeah, see, they wouldn't do that. He just pitched. They're basically, he'll get back on the roster for the division round, but like, you might as well bring up an extra arm when you can. And to note this, what do you got? Oh yeah, I did see him go down, Bills fan. That's a tough loss. He's a good football player. I learned my lesson. Don't ever show slips and to be prideful. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Listen, I always say, like, people that show slips, Usually they're not showing you everything. People will do shit like that. Would you ever make out with a man? Dude, Nathan, what is going on with you? Is everything all right? Because he asked me something earlier, like, are you having like a crisis or something over there? And I'm not trying to be a dick, like, I'm just wondering. He asked me a question earlier like that. What a fucking turnaround. He asked me, would you ever make out with a man, and then have you ever played UFC 5? What a fucking turnaround. I would not make out with a man. And no, I've never played UFC 5. Thoughts on Bad Bunny halftime performer? I think it's great. Bad Bunny's like the most popular artist on the planet. I think it makes perfect sense. I don't care one bit. I don't really watch the halftime show anyway, but I think he's the right choice. I think he's a great choice. I hate it because he sings Spanish. I don't get none of that. Yeah, listen, I like a lot of Bad Bunny songs. I never know what the fuck he's saying, but I think it's great music. Bragging and shit, bad juju, always, yeah. No, John, it's really something you want to try to keep to yourself for the most part. You want to keep, like, because it ends up being, like, it ends up destroying you in the end. We need an American? I mean, technically Bad Bunny is an American. He's an American citizen, John. He's born and raised in Puerto Rico. It's a territory. We want to get technical. A lot of Christians online are not happy because they think the NFL is trying to feminize men. How so? Have I ever been gay? No. I just don't like it because it's Spanish and I have no clue. I think Metallica probably would have been a better choice, honestly. I agree with that. I think Metallica would have been better. Never be prideful with winning. Rule number 1, stay humble. Oh, yeah. Every up comes with a down for the most part, John. I'm with you. But I asked a few hours ago, do I like men? Oh, yeah, that's what you asked. I didn't remember what you asked me. Do you play Madden 26? I don't. Who's a dumbass Vikings cheerleader? I mean, I don't think there's an issue with that. Like, I think the whole Vikings cheerleader thing, like, unless you're, like, going to the game to, like, jerk off, I don't see why that's a problem. Like, I feel like, like, who cares who's cheering for the team? I don't think it's an issue at all. Just don't look at the guy. Like, that's all I'd say. Metallica would have been the greatest halftime show in a while. I would have loved Metallica. Personally, I think Metallica would have been the perfect choice. Little nostalgia, but Bad Bunny's the number one artist on the planet. Like, hold on, I think I gotta reset the chat real quick. Do I watch any basketball? Yeah. I just have to refresh chat. So if anybody said anything, the last 2 things Bills fans said, and the thing Godin said, I didn't see. It didn't pop up. Dude, I've only been live for an hour. Feels like I've been live for like 3. But John, you're perfectly right about that with the whole gambling thing, showing slips and like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the dude cheerleaders, but it's not Biggie Vikings blow seat. Yeah, fair. Not even nostalgia was a perfect opportunity. Metallica's skyrocket. Oh well, yeah, that too. And the colors are awful. I want to see footballs, not hairy balls. I get that. Listen, it's to each their own, and I understand. Like, the idea of a cheerleader. Like, when we think cheerleaders, we think women. Like, I think like I don't really care who's out there cheering. So have you watched gay porn or not? I've never watched gay porn now. You ever see the Tosh point out? Like, you ever see when Daniel Tosh had all his interns or like all the people that work for him, like all the guys? He gave them all Viagra and made them watch fucking gay porn to see who would. It's crazy. What do you mean? All right, good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Should have had Iron Maiden. It's just crazy because I could have just rinsed that money on a new Toyota Tacoma. Fair. That's fair. Is Tim Duncan bisexual? When was that a thing? I remember that was a whole thing, but I don't think like if Tim Duncan was bisexual. Who asked that? Oh, Charlemagne did, right? Who is asking you all those smart questions? What do you mean? What smart questions? I feel like I'm watching gay porn with the Vikings cheerleader because they're trying to push them on TV. Does Tim Duncan even have a wife? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he does. I think Tim Duncan's married, if I remember correctly. But I don't know anything. I'm really not sure. What's his gay name? What? But I do get what you're saying, Goated. I do feel like they're giving him more attention. So So don't watch the Vikings if it triggers you that much. Like I said, I don't think it's an issue because I think cheerleading's kind of like a two-way street nowadays. There's male cheerleaders, there's female cheerleaders. I do get what you're saying where like, they're trying to push, hey, check it out. Like it'd be so much less weird if like they just didn't say it. If they were just like if you just watch the game and you're like, "Oh, is that a guy in there?" What? What's his name gay? He's in the NBA. I don't know who you're talking about. Nathan, what are you talking about? Tim Duncan is dating Vanessa Macias. Well, who was it? It was you know who I'm talking about? I don't know who you're talking about. I have no idea who you're talking about. Nathan, you got me all fucked up here, man. I'm like, what is happening? Might be the most injuries in the first 4 weeks in NFL history. I have no idea. He's on Philly's team. Jared McCain. I don't think he's gay. I think he's just like he just likes TikTok. No, you're good, Nathan. I was like, what's going on here, man? You're good. No worries, dude. I love that shit. I love when you guys fucking troll me. It keeps me on my toes. I'm gonna hit the sack though, brother. I won't, don't want to mess up my sleep schedule. I'll catch you. Yeah, John, I'm here pretty much every night. I'll add you on Discord, but yeah. So we'll talk about that stuff. I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. What's the one? There's a shirt like on every corner in Virginia Beach. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. I gotta trim this, by the way. And my goatee, this little goatee thing going on here is a little bit insane. Sick dude, I'll see you around. Yeah, John, good. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Are you monetized or what? So Nathan, I'll show you because I have to wait. I just got my AdSense approved. You have to like make a Google AdSense account. Right now I'm waiting to get reviewed. As long as I'm not showing anything here. That's the last step. Is get reviewed and then I will be monetized. They said that usually takes about a month, so it might be a while. Well, that's what do you call it? That's only a couple weeks now. It's been like it shouldn't have taken this long. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they're making it so hard, but it's only going to be like it's only really like another 2-week process, and I should be good. I've been hardcore studying for my math the whole day, and I finally understand the slightest bit of concept. See, that's a good feeling when you finally start to break through. Kane isn't gay. He's just a new gen Lil Zesty. Cat is gay though. Cat's fucking hilarious, dude. I think Karl Anthony Towns is fucking like his whole gay vibe thing is so funny. Big Zesty. I find that shit so goddamn funny and entertaining. Like all those videos. I think it's great. Trust me, trust me. Cat is funny on accident. I will say Cat not gay, just very zesty. I don't think he's gay either. Any new women you edging? No. Nothing. I'm kind of, you know what? Right now, I'm kind of just trying to figure my own shit out. I'm just like, I'm trying to get myself back into the groove of things, trying to get back to work and shit, and like, I'm trying to grow this channel and shit. I'm still trying to get myself to the point where I honestly, at the end of the day, the best thing for me would be to be able to run this channel like, and if I could somehow make this a full-time job, I would stream for you guys like 8 hours a day. I would literally get up at 6:30 every day and stream till about 2, maybe not 6 to like 12, and then a night stream, like something like that. Like I would kill for this. This is my fucking dream here, and we're gonna fucking follow our dreams, baby. Cat talks like my mom. It would be so intimidating if Cat was gay and leaned into it. I don't know if intimidating would be the word, but Cat has the zesty voice vibe, but actually has a normal deep voice as well. Yeah, when he's like mad at something, he gets all zesty. I got rejected from my talking stage for being too short. LMAO, I'm probably not going to be able to clutch up with a homecoming date. Dude, don't be afraid to go by yourself, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to homecoming by yourself. I think that shows a sense of like being comfortable. Comfort in your own skin. Cute twink at the gym. Well, hey, everybody can dream. A little bit different than my dream, but hey, to each their own. Wait. I've been just playing in the background. Whoops. Oh, man. I don't know if I told you guys, I made a video on my other channel about like some of the mistakes I made. I think I'm just going to put it on this. I don't know why I'm even trying to fuck around with a second channel. It just doesn't make sense. Like, wait a minute, is this the fucking guy? Oh, that's funny. I agree, Homecoming is too much fun to miss because of a brawl. Yeah, dude, just go. If you go by yourself, that's such a sense of confidence in yourself. You like roast beef, I like sausage. Hey, to each their own, man. I got no issue with that. That's why there are menus at restaurants. That's a great fucking quote, MMA. I like that. So I'm doing a video for tomorrow, guys. I don't know if I'm going to do this video for tomorrow or Wednesday, because I might just like. I might just post this video here, but I have to edit it. Like, I have to edit it first because I fucked up. Just like how I regret wasting all the fucking talent I had growing up. And I think I have a video ready for Wednesday that I'm going to make where it's just going to be... I'm probably going to go on for like an hour about it. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure this out. Hold on. I don't know why I'm trying to separate channels. I'm just going to put everything here from now on. It is what it is. Mixed. Nothing wrong. Yeah. MMA. Do you, man. It's all about doing you. But I have a lot of different stories I want to tell about shit like I did growing up and like kind of just changing the vibe a little bit. It's some funny shit. There's some good things in there. You know, for Wednesday, I'm going to do a whole video. It's probably going to be like an hour long where I discuss like what I do differently if because I've had strong feelings on this. If I could go back to like my senior year of high school and like what I do differently when it comes to like, you know, going to college and shit. So that's going to be like an hour long video because like I have a lot of things. Like I'm going to say like a million different fucking things on that one. Just like if I could have gone back and if I could have redone the whole process over again, some of the things I learned, like some of the things I would do differently, some of the mistakes I made getting ready to go to college and shit like that, you know, just like, because I feel like I have a lot of young viewers here. I have a lot of people that like, you know, are at that age where like, you know, maybe they don't exactly know the whole deal with going to college and shit and like what you should look for, what you should do. Just do some story time in your videos. 100%. I do want to go back to some story time. The video I'm going to post for tomorrow is going to be the one about how like I wasted my entire baseball career because I thought I was too good. Genuinely, like I'll tell you guys as much. I don't mind talking about it, but like I was really fucking good. Like coming up to high school, like it got to the point where like I was like not. I wouldn't say I regret coming in my ex's ass. Huh. Well, yeah, I have other regrets. Not like that. But anyway, did you see Jackson Dart's story on Saturday? I didn't. Leangelo High School sucks anyway. Leangelo, don't think of it as a waste, man. Just learn from your mistakes. That's all I would say. But I'll give you guys. It's gonna be the video tomorrow is gonna be how I like wasted my baseball career because I thought I was too good. I just gotta edit the video because I made the whole beginning of the video about how I'm making a second channel. I just gotta delete that part. I'd regret that one too if I were you. Hey, listen. Things happen. What are you going to do? But it's, you know, that's probably my biggest regret of all time. Is, you know, I had all the talent in the world. Like, when I tell you I was a good fucking baseball player, if I could find some of the old footage, I was nasty. Like, I just was. Like, oh, the Madison Beer saying the game day tomorrow? Yes, I did see that. I thought you were talking about the story of his life. But yeah, his Instagram story. But yeah, I'll do more story times. Like I'll start telling like stories of shit I did over the weekend. If I continued on hockey, I could have made it very far. I wish my athletic ability because I was forced on basketball despite clearly being too short. Yeah, I probably would have been pretty far. Well, you should keep the college football video game playing going. Why'd you quit playing? My PS5 broke. My PS5 is I sent it in to get fixed. So lesson never go for your passion. Goated, that's a tough one, man, because passion and like what you're good at. Honestly, I enjoyed playing basketball far more than I enjoyed playing baseball. Like I'll admit that, but I was far better at baseball. Can you regret something if you did it multiple times? Of course. I wish I didn't waste my athletic ability on homosexuality. I don't think that's how that works. You could be gay and be good at a good athlete. Yes, I did see Tyreek Hill cheering. That was very weird. I don't know what that was all about. I was getting scouted by guys across the state, and I chose basketball because I liked it more despite clearly being too short. I might have told this story on stream, but I did. I remember because I couldn't find the little piece of paper, but my mom has it. Where I got invited by the New York Yankees to go throw in front, like at Yankee Stadium in front of their scouts. I legitimately got invited by the guy. His name's Ray Negron. You could look him up. I played in a baseball game against him when I was 15, and he was coaching an 18U team, and I pitched against them. I shut them down, shut them out. He wanted me to go there because he thought I was what do you call it? He thought I was a senior in high school. He's like, we want to take a look at you. And when I told him I was a sophomore, I was going into my sophomore year of high school. He was like stunned. He's like, we still want you here. Like, it ended up not working out because like the times never worked. Like, he wanted me to play for his team. Like, it was a whole big thing, and I wasted the fucking biggest opportunity in my life because I'm an idiot. Because I'm just fucking stupid. So basically, he was gonna invite me on his team. I was gonna play for their summer team and play for their fall team, and then I ended up like, I was like, I don't want to waste the time. Like, I want to play fall ball and get at bats and shit, and because I wasn't gonna hit on this team, and I thought I needed the at bats more, and now I'm here. Now I'm sitting here because of it. Now I'm sitting here talking to you guys, telling you guys about it. But that's a true story. Ray Negron, he's a scout for the New York Yankees. Invited me to come down, wanted me to go to Yankee Stadium and throw a bullpen in front of their scouts because they were keeping an eye on me. I was fucking 15. It's crazy how that shit works. What are you gonna do? You know what? You win some, you lose some. It's one of those things you can't look too far back on, or else it's gonna kill you. I regret using my favorite shirt to wipe. Oh, come on, dude. Yeah. That was one of the stupidest things. And then, like, my junior year, obviously, I had the issues with my arm, my right arm, and I was never the same. So that was that. I don't think I was getting drafted anyway. I fucked myself up. That was my going into my senior year. I think I told that story. I pulled my hamstring. With two batters left in the game, pulled my hamstring on the mound and decided I was just going to tough it out. The next pitch, I felt my arm go. I was like, uh-oh. Because, like, obviously I wasn't pushing off with my back leg. So, that's that. Is Flay feeling tired? Not yet. I was looking at YouTube because, like I said, I'm going to post that video tomorrow. And the college video. So, the video from, like, my college and, like, my whole go with that. I'll have some stories in there, too. I'll do a little story time. I do want to make my videos longer. I am trying to make a pact to like do longer videos, do kind of podcast style videos where I'm just like fucking riffing about shit. If you guys have any questions, if there's anything you guys would want to see, I'll even shout you out. Like if you want to hear a story about something, if you want me to tell, dang, sounds depressing. It is what it is, man. But if there's any stories you want to hear, if there's anything you want me to make a video about, like, I'll shout you out during the video, for sure. I'll be like, shout out, like, whatever, Goated Leangelo for this one. First time I got late. No, I wouldn't tell that story. Too short. But, But yeah, so anyway, that monetization should be coming in soon. I can't wait. I'm fucking fired up. How can you even live with yourself? One day at a time, man. You know, I ask myself that every day. How do you live with yourself? Easy. I take one step. I get up every day. I put one foot in front of the other, and I just keep fucking going, man. That's all you can do. Shout out MMA for scoring with the cute guy from the gym. I wish you the best of luck in that MMA. I hope you do. I fucking hope. I am hoping for your sake. All right. Yeah, guys, you know what? I'm going to hop off for the night. I'm going to start editing this video. It might be up here by the end of the night.